Hey everyone, welcome to A Closer Look. I'm your host, Rachael Romeo, and today we're here with soccer player Rachael Romeo. How are you today?
Good.
Thank you for joining us. So tell us, when did you first start playing soccer?
I started playing right before my 5th birthday.
Okay, and was that the only sport you played?
No, I actually played basketball until I was in 8th grade, and then I decided if I wanted to play soccer at the collegiate level, I had to focus like 100% on training for soccer, and that's it.
Right, that's smart. Okay, so in high school, you had several D1 programs show interest in you. Who was it and when?
My sophomore year, going into my sophomore year, I did a couple ID camps at Duke University and Wingate, and the following summer, I had gotten in contact with BC, University of Maine, University of Toledo, Rutgers a little bit, which is right by my home. And there were other schools that were D2, but they were still great, like Wingate was really interested, and East Stroudsburg was really interested.
Okay, and can you talk to us a little bit about your original injury?
Yeah, so it was my senior year. In a game, I went up for a header, and when I came down, I went to go right back into a sprint, and for whatever reason, my right leg wouldn't straighten. So my knee was locked in the bent position. So I went off the field, and my athletic trainer from my high school had to like maneuver my leg in a weird way to get it to unlock. But after it was unlocked, I was fine. I went back out, I finished the game, but then as the season progressed, it kept getting worse and worse, and it was locking up 3 to 4 times a game. And so I finally decided to go see the orthopedic doctor, where he x-rayed me and MRI'd me and everything.
And what did the doctor say?
Actually, at first, the MRI and X-ray came back perfect. He said there was nothing wrong with my leg, but obviously there was, so the only thing we could do at that point was exploratory surgery. So I finished the season off because I really wanted to play on my senior night, and then when I went in for exploratory surgery, he said best case scenario, what he really thought it was torn meniscus, which is really common, rehab wouldn't be awful. Worst case scenario is it's a cartilage defect, which he didn't think was likely. He was like, that's really rare. So I went in for the surgery, and when I woke up, he had told me it was the cartilage defect. I had soft cartilage all on the lateral side of my knee, so he had to scrape that down to my bone and then drill into my bone, which led to 8 weeks on crutches. Was supposed to be an 8-month recovery between physical therapy and non-weight bearing. It was just a really long process.
So, is that how you wrap up the recovery? Just long? Was it hard?
Yeah, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. The hardest and longest part was the crutches, because that we just couldn't rush, because for the surgery, when he drilled in my bone, I just had to wait until that healed. It was all a waiting game, and if I went on it too early, it wouldn't have healed correctly. And besides that, the actual PT, it was just riding a bike, range of motion, hamstring and quad stretching. Mm-hmm. So that part wasn't hard, and I ended up getting cleared a lot earlier than I thought I was going to get cleared.
Okay, and tell us how you mentally handle that. You go in, hurt yourself, have to get surgery. It's worse than you thought it was. Tell us how you prepare for that.
When I first woke up, I was definitely in shock. I wasn't expecting to hear it at all. I went home, I was just trying to take it all in. Mm-hmm. When am I going to tell the coaches? How are they going to react? How are the girls in the teams going to react? With this, I would get cleared in enough time to go back and play, but at the same time, how strong am I actually going to be? Right. So there was just a lot going through my head, but then after a few days, I was like, you know what, I got to get through it. I just have to really put all my energy into rehab and do the best I can with that. That's all I could do.
That's awesome. So how did you find out about USC again, of all places?
Well, after I did the Wingate camp, Sue, the old coach here, was she led one of the practices there. And, I knew it was a smaller school. So she saw me, expressed interest. I came down for a visit, and I just loved it. I love the South. After coming here, I realized I didn't want to go up north and the cold weather or stay close to home. I wanted to just come and be by on my own and see how I can handle it.
So the environment made you come here.
Yeah.
Much. Same. How difficult was it to come in as a freshman knowing you couldn't play, but you were around the team and the game so much? How did the girls welcome you? Were they iffy?
No, at first it was me. I was really shy. I was quiet. I didn't want to open up to anyone. I mean, I had never met Coach Hillary before move-in day. It was definitely a big adjustment for me. But, I mean, after the fitness test and, like, everyone's, like, emotions were under control and no one was really stressed out anymore about passing, everyone was so welcoming, and I really felt like I was part of the team.
Okay. So when you were cleared during the spring season, how difficult was it to come back from not playing to going straight into full contact?
It was really difficult. It was more difficult. I knew my body could handle it physically, but mentally I was scared. I was like, if I go out there and I don't perform to my full potential, like no one's gonna think I was working hard. Like, it was just me being like me. Like, right. I was just really nervous. But then after I went out there for the first practice, it was small-sided, which I was happy about because my fitness wasn't where it should have been. I went out there and I just played my game, and it felt like normal again.
And you've been playing this summer. Tell us how it feels, how you're feeling.
It feels really good. I mean, I haven't had any problems with it yet, so fingers crossed.
Knock on wood.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm really ready for the season. I'm ready to go out there and try and make an improvement.
And what are you looking forward to most this season?
Definitely just seeing the team come together. I mean, we worked so hard spring season, and we have a lot of new coaches on staff, and we have a lot of potential for this season. I think that if everyone plays the way we know how to play, we're going to be a really dangerous team. So I'm excited to see how it all come together.
And last question, what do you think you'll bring to the team?
I definitely bring a more like positive, more like resilient vibe to the team. But I'm hoping this year I can be like the final piece in the attacking third to like finish and put the goals away, because a lot last season we were missing that. So I'm hoping I could step up and be the one as an attacker to like finish.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're very excited to see what you have to offer this season. Okay, guys, that wraps things up with a closer look. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week.